As protocol has already been established, let me just acknowledge the presence of Prime Minister Minis, to my cabinet colleagues, to the executives of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. And no, Ian, I'm not going to be having a wonderful presentation, and I'm not going to have a fancy mic, but I'm going to stand in front of the podium. But I want to say a pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor of welcoming you to this very first technology summit in Grand Bahama. Today we embark on a two-day experience expected to change Grand Bahama forever. Someone once said, the changes call for innovation, and innovation leads to progress. So, May 10th, 2017, ushered in a wave of change in our country. And Grand Bahama remains high on our agenda. One of our stated manifesto commitments was to make Grand Bahama a technology hub similar to Silicon Valley. Now, I must confess that at the time, I didn't know much about what a technology hub was, and much less how to change Grand Bahama into one. However, I believed in our Prime Minister's vision for Grand Bahama. After all, it was Steve Jobs who said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. And our Prime Minister is truly a leader. But it didn't take me long to realize that the technology industry is the way forward for our country, and that Grand Bahama is ideally suited for its development. While our past success has been in industry, our future success must be in innovation and technology. Anyone in the business world will tell you that branding is important. We recognize the importance of tourism in Grand Bahama. But I believe that today is a new day for Grand Bahama. Today, I believe that we rebrand Grand Bahama. Today, we cease to become, or we cease to be, the capital for industry. But now Grand Bahama will be a place for industry and innovation. And I'm sure we are well on our way after seeing the presentation from Ian Roll this morning from the Port Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, so how do we get there? How does Grand Bahama become a technology hub? How do we let the world know that we are open for business? This is why we are here today. Our government must shape the right policy to provide the right incentives and remove all obstacles in order to nurture and grow this industry. And yes, we will make that one-stop shop for Freeport and for Grand Bahama. You know, I will also confess, the idea for the summit started as a small conference for industry stakeholders to shape policy. There was only, though, one problem. The more we talked about it, and the more we shared this idea, the more people believed in it, and the more they wanted to become involved in it. So today we have, and I want you to look around, we have over 450 persons who are registered for the Grand Bahama Technology Summit. Just take a look around. Coming as far as the US, Canada, and even as far as Africa. We joked that maybe we should get some people from Silicon Valley to come and talk to us here in Freeport. And maybe we should get some people from Google. And maybe we might even be able to get some people from Microsoft. We joked about it. Well, today, you will hear from Bahamians who live and work in Silicon Valley. You will hear from Google. You will hear from Microsoft, and you will hear from HP and others. Say what you will about the state of our island. The leaders and the giants in the technology world have not just come to the Bahamas, but they have come to Grand Bahama. Ladies and gentlemen, there is also a very important component in our summit. In addition to inviting tech companies to come to Grand Bahama, the government must also create opportunities for tech business entrepreneurs. I'm therefore pleased that later today, young Bahamians, entrepreneurs, will be making their tech business pitches to representatives from Google, from Microsoft, and from Silicon Valley tech experts during our Blue Marlin Challenge, where they will compete for a $10,000 business startup grant from the government. This is only just a start. Our grant program will also continue next month, and it will begin with our Micro and Small Business Economic Empowerment Initiative program. We also are pleased that our sponsors will be providing the winner of the Blue Marlin Challenge, courtesy of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, 1-year business license exemption. And Alive will also be providing them with a phone and also, I believe, a contract as well. And we also understand that Google will also be providing them with a computer. So who knows, after these pitches have been made, maybe Google or maybe Microsoft will partner with a Bahamian to make their business idea a reality in Grand Bahama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning, though. It is a new beginning for Grand Bahama. So I welcome our domestic and international visitors and representatives from the leading international technology companies to experience all that Grand Bahama has to offer during your stay here. The quiet comforts and the superior infrastructure with all the amenities necessary to operate a successful business. And I make no apologies for this statement. If you are a technology company, an international technology company, we want you here in Grand Bahama. I love Nassau. I love the rest of the Bahamas. But if you are an international company in technology, Grand Bahama wants you here. I also say this. If you are a technology company in New Providence or any place else in the Bahamas, we also want your technology company here in Grand Bahama. Our island is a true gem. I believe that Grand Bahama is well on its way to becoming the next great technology hub. And I'm excited to celebrate this milestone. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I close, allow me to say how grateful I am to God and that we all are privileged to live and work on an island like Grand Bahama. I acknowledge that we alone do not have all of the answers. But through God's direction and wisdom, we cannot fail. So today we live Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. May God continue to bless us. Thank you very much.